Well, as you can tell by the thumbnail, big results this month. I'm not going to waste any fucking time. Let's just get into it. So, yeah, I'm continuing the Optavia diet. And obviously, like I said from the thumbnail, we had big results this month. We had the 1 week update. Things were moving along. I was getting used to it, kind of following the way things were going to be. And at the end of the day, it got a little bit easier. I also learned what I do and don't like. It's actually, as of today, the 19th. I'm filming this, recording it. We're also going to be getting our next month's package. Went through, updated things, made sure I got exactly what I was looking for. Hopefully everything tastes better. Hopefully everything I like is in it. And none of the stuff that I was just like, man, just choke that shit down and move on to the next one. There is some food that's like that. I'm not a huge fan of it. To each their own, though. Some people may like it. Some people may not. There's some things that I just wasn't a big fan of. So, obviously, a month in, I've learned some things. I've learned how to kind of do some stuff, which is great. We've leaned on the health coach a little bit. So, for my health coach, I appreciate that. We've asked, for details, information. We've gone out to eat, trying not to do things, horrible, but also trying to be realistic with the way things are, right? You can't always, sit at home and eat the packaged foods, or you can't always prepare a meal because you're just not you're not home, right? My daughter had a soccer tournament the other day. We went out to eat with her grandparents afterwards, and it's a little more difficult, but it's entirely possible. So, when you go out, just make sure that you're eating things that you would make at home for yourself and do it properly. So, the menus typically say like a steak. If you're going to get a steak and, it says it's a 10-ounce steak, we know it's 10 ounces before it's cooked. But if you get that and you have another person you're doing it with, cut it in half, split it, and boom, now you've got two people's meals, one thing, and then get a side salad. Take the carrots off of it, do whatever, and light dressing. Most places have it. You can actually eat out with this plan, which is something that I actually do enjoy. Seafood places, man, if you're going to go out to eat, seafood places are an excellent option because you can have a lot of seafood to get to the point where, you have a sustenance, right? But you can literally go out to eat anywhere, and there's so many guides that are available for help. You just got to ask your health coach, and they will literally help you for the most part too. We've actually sent pictures of menus to our health coach in an effort to actually, get kind of feedback. Like, can we have this? Can we do that? How should we order this? And it's worked out well for us. I'm not saying we eat out all the time. I think over the course of the month we ate out 3 total times, which is an improvement, which is part of why, I was as big as I was. You go out to eat, you get a healthy portion, overly healthy, which means unhealthy. It's an American portion, right? And you work from there. But the reality of the situation kind of came down to, we had to control it better, understand what we're doing. And over the course of the month, we've done a lot of learning. We've done a lot of testing of things, and we've kind of gotten there. Costco, huge list, things from there we've gotten, we're not a big soda. I'm not a big soda drinker. I've always been a water drinker, but, when all you can have is water or unsweetened coffee, typically you're going to want something else. So, we've gotten some other things like San Pellegrino flavored waters, mineral waters, Gatorade Zeros, Zevia. Zevia soda is a great one if you're a soda drinker. Just don't drink a ton of it, right? Just limit what you're going to have. And you can also have diet sodas and stuff like that in some instances too. But you just really got to watch your sodium and your, sugars and carbohydrate intake. So, obviously, like I showed in the thumbnail, I've had big loss over the month. It wasn't all gravy. It wasn't perfect. It was a struggle at some points. Me being a bigger individual, I'm supposed to be on a 5-2-1 plan. I was kind of sticking to the 5-1-1 plan, but what I learned is myself is, trust your health coach. If they say they want you on a 5-2-1 plan, do the 5-2-1 plan. You need that extra protein. You need that extra oomph sometimes to help your body actually lose the weight and not think that you're in starvation mode. I never felt like I was drained for energy after the first week, but I did find that I just wasn't kind of losing at the rate like comparable to my wife. So she started out smaller. She should lose a little less over time, and other issues, she's got. We made things work, but I was behind. And now that I've actually bumped up the protein, I'm not doing the full 5-2-1. I still don't feel like I need that extra meal a day plus the 5. But having an extra protein like a hard-boiled egg or something just takes it to the next level, allows me to have a little bit more caloric intake, a little bit more sustenance for my body, and it's actually worked out in my favor. So that's been a huge improvement now that I'm actually doing that. There's just a lot of things, still working it out, still trying to figure everything out. So yeah, I'm still working the plan, still doing what I got to do. We did measurements this week, which is the first time in a month. Some people say to do it all the time because, if you're not losing, then you take your measurements, and it's not all about pounds, it's also about inches. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and say it. I'll put a picture up here, a couple of them, do front and side views, maybe even a back view, if you want to stare at my backside. I don't fucking, whatever, I'm not going to judge you. But yeah, I obviously I started at 446.4 pounds, I think it was. Maybe it was 446.8. And I am down today to 412 pounds, 412.4 to be exact. So I'm literally just a little bit over 34 pounds or 33 pounds lost. It's absolutely a 30. Wow, my math is horrible. Anyways, 31 plus pounds lost and 38 and almost 39 inches lost total over measurements, which is phenomenal. Some of those losses in inches may have been because you don't exactly measure in the exact same spot every time, but yeah, you get pretty damn close. Unless you're tattooing lines on you where you know where you're going to measure and just go from there, you just never really know. So, yeah, I'm a month in. It's not the best thing in the world. There are other things that may taste better. I'm still a firm believer that they keep the palate tasting minimal, so that way when you actually have food that's vegetables and stuff like that, even though it's going to be kind of bland, it still does taste good, and it creates that healthy, tasteful habit. So I still kind of agree with that. Now, prior to doing this, I was on gout medicine. I am still on gout medicine, but I'm bringing it up because I don't know if it was just due to a diet change or if having steady purines 5 times a day caused the issue, but I did have a gout flare-up. My health coach was aware of gout prior to it. I've been well controlled. I hadn't had a flare-up in almost 6 years. Went to the doctor, they gave me some prednisone, took the courses of that, and then after a couple days, things were much better and back on track. So I'm hoping it's a one-off thing. That will be something that I will be monitoring going forward. I talked to my doctor. They're just not really willing to work with me on diet care. They continue to kind of pass the buck off on somebody else that's impossible to actually get a hold of. So I will continue to update. I will continue to do things. I might even do an update of the foods and things that I like. You'll never see me do any hack videos because I just think the hacks are kind of cheating. There's plenty of them out there already too. Maybe once you transition from other things, but I think once you transition, my personal opinion is that I'd like to go to real food after transitioning, which is why I'm also pushing for the lifestyle change and knowledge early on and not waiting until the transitional period. So getting to learn what you can have out and actually working toward building things. I will say this first month, it has been a lot about preparation, getting things all put together and doing it in a way that makes it easy just grab and go type stuff, or simple meals where it's just 2 or 3 ingredients and you're throwing them together, and half of them maybe even pre-cooked prior to the deal. So um, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, big gains or big losses, I guess, whatever you want to call it. 412 pounds is still a long way from my goal, but a month in, 30 plus pounds weight loss, 38 inches lost. I'm feeling really good about myself. I'm feeling really good about the plan, and seeing results consistently really does make a difference. So it makes it easier to continue doing it. And if you guys are on this journey as well, make sure you comment down below. If you like these update videos, like it, thumbs up, whatever. I know that it's not much, but a little bit of engagement kind of just lets me know that it's worthwhile doing this. And if there's anything else that you'd like to see, things I'm not afraid to share. Like, I want to be held accountable, and that's why I'm really doing these videos more than anything. So by me putting these videos out, I feel like I'm going to have to continue doing something to keep losing the weight and get down to my goals. So like I said, until next time, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to the box today. Maybe I'll do an unboxing of my month coming in and just seeing how things are going from there. So, yeah, until next time, folks, take it easy. I'm Tactical Pineapple. This was Tactical Pineapple Vlogs. Have a good one.